Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't guessed what today's video is all about, well, I think you've already guessed it for yourselves. Today I'm talking about spring. Yes, the time for Halloween. Halloween is just around the corner. Alright, so we all know that it is now September. It's the 3rd day of September right now, heading into the fourth day. And there's a little guy I got from Temu last year. There's also really good finds, by the way. They had other colors on Temu. So they had this one with the purple hat. They have one with an orange. Then there was a green. I think there was one with a black one as well. But I chose this one because it's purple, and you know, purple goes well with an orange pumpkin. So yes, I chose this guy last year for Halloween. I picked him up for about $32 on Temu. So he didn't actually come like this. He was actually like alright, squashed like that. Alright. He was literally squashed in one of those air vacuum bags. And the moment I pulled him out, he started to puff up. And this is what you get. So yes, I picked him up last year for $32 on Temu. I love this guy. Isn't he cute? I have had him on my bed a few times now. And occasionally I'd actually use it as a pillow. Another thing that I got from Temu was an actual cushion itself. Yes, it is actually a ghost, which I actually end up getting way cheaper than this guy. So, pumpkin aside. So I picked this one up from Temu last year, around the same time as this one. Obviously, so I actually got them on the same day. They were delivered on the same day in the same Temu parcel last year. I picked this one up from Temu about $14. I don't know how much they cost on Temu now, but last year he was actually $14. I thought he was quite cute, kind of decorative. And I actually kind of liked the little pom-poms around him. Made him look a bit more friendly and a little less scary. This little guy is Casper. Yes, I named my cushion Casper after my favorite movie, Casper the Friendly Ghost. I used to love that movie when I was a kid. I still do. So I got him $14 on Temu last year. And the same time I got my Halloween pumpkin. So, yeah. And then from Kmart last year, I picked up these little cuties. Last year from Kmart as well. I think it was last year, or was it the year before? No, I think it was the year before last year. Yeah. So, I picked these guys up from Kmart. Okay, here was about $16. This one was about $16 as well. Alright, obviously these are actually collectibles. And yes, they're authentic, as you can see. And each collectible has its own little sticker. And obviously, there is a few to collect. These two here, I got those already. I haven't got the others yet. But if you actually go on the website, that would actually be a little bit dearer than what you pick them up from Kmart. So the websites are always going to be dearer than what you'd get in Kmart for a collectible. So I picked these up because I thought these were cute. Little candy corn and the pumpkin. I love putting these on my shelf during Halloween as well. And since Halloween is just around the corner, I think we all know what to do, especially the Resident Evil fans like me. Yes, I'm talking about Resident Evil. Alright, I have these guys out as well in Halloween because, you know, Resident Evil collectibles also make perfect Halloween decorations. Why? Because they're zombies, okay? It's got everything to do with zombies, and zombies have a lot to do with Halloween, which would make perfect sense. And the best thing about Resident Evil is that I get to enjoy the game even when it's not Halloween. So it's pretty much like a game I get to play every day, basically. So to me, every day is like Halloween. So here we go. These don't even have the protection cases on them because they actually end up popping off and I lost the protection cases. So I've only got the tub. So here we go. We got Jill Valentine as a duck. And then we had Chris Redfield. He's also a duck. Got the Stars logo. This one is the Resident Evil 3 Jill Valentine from the Nemesis video game, both original and remake. And this one is from Resident Evil 1, original and remake. So we have the Nemesis. I do actually have another one, another Resident Evil figure around here somewhere. I don't know where that is. I'll pull it out and I'll probably end up showing you guys when I do find it. But here we go. We got the Nemesis. Alright. This guy is a tough one to beat, but even though he's a tough one to beat, I still beat him regardless. I'm stronger, he's weaker. Especially when I have the rocket launcher. And here we go, we got Jill Valentine from Resident Evil 1 Remake. So she's got her Resident Evil 1 Remake police uniform on her. Because in Resident Evil 1 Original, she does not have the belt around her waist attaching to the shoulder pads. Because in the original, she has the shoulder pads and then she has the belt around her hips, like the webbing. And she doesn't even have the gun pouch on her leg in the original. However, in the remake, she actually does wear all of this. And if they did one of these to the original, her hair would actually be longer. Alright, just to clarify that, because I've noticed in the original her hair's longer. Jill's character is portrayed by Inez. Alright, I don't know her last name, but she does pop up occasionally on the internet every now and then. I've seen her on Instagram a couple of times, like the live action character, like actress who plays Jill Valentine in the original game. She does pop up every now and then. I have seen her, but she has made it quite clear that she doesn't want any of the, like, she doesn't want anything to do with the Resident Evil franchise. She's made it quite clear, because there was an interview where they mentioned that she was too young for the job and she was getting attacked by mosquitoes and she hated it. I don't know the guy's name who actually mentioned that in an interview, but it is actually up on YouTube. I think I found it when I typed up Capcom. I don't know. There's a whole heap of Resident Evil things up on YouTube, by the way. Just to point that out there. Another thing that's great for Resident Evil fans for Halloween are the Resident Evil movies. Yes, I'm talking about the Resident Evil movies. And also for a Resident Evil fan, you'd want to check out 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. For a simple fact that, once again, the zombies, perfect for Halloween. Okay. So, if you're a zombie person like me, you go check them out. As for those two movies, yes, the third one is coming out 28 years later. Well, actually, it has already been released. I've not watched it. I don't think I want to, because I've heard a lot of bad reviews for 28 years later. Because apparently the storyline does not make any sense. I mean, when you go and watch 28 Weeks Later, London is nuked, okay? Civilization is gone, basically. There's nobody alive. Everybody's dead. So 28 years later does not make any sense to me. That's why I won't watch it. It's a disappointment by the sounds of it, because, you know, like I said, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit in with the storyline. Wow. But yes, I will watch Resident Evil, like all the Resident Evil movies. I'll play all the Resident Evil games. Well, only some of them, only my favorites. I won't play Code Veronica because I've played it before and I don't like it. It's not the camera angles, it's the gameplay. When I've played it, it is super hard to actually get from one place to another. I mean, I struggle a lot. And yeah. Another one I won't play is Resident Evil 4, but that's only because the gameplay, once again, is hard for me. Although I do play Resident Evil 5 every now and then, the gameplay is a little bit easier for me to control the characters a bit more. So, yeah. So, Halloween, okay, round the corner. Just like I said before, like earlier in the video, Halloween is next month, 31st of October this spring. Yes, I love Halloween. I love dressing up for Halloween. I love decorating for Halloween. I think it's the vibrant colors. It makes the room look bright, like colorful. So you got like orange and purple and white and green, and you got black and yellow, and it's so colorful, it's so bright, it brightens up the room. Especially like as something like this. I mean, I've had my room decorated last year for Halloween. The living room was partially decorated for Halloween last year as well, and it just looked amazing. If you haven't seen the Halloween videos from last year, they are in my shorts. You can go see them in my shorts if you haven't seen them already. Another Halloween favorite of mine is this little bat. Yes, it's black and gold. All right. I love this because, you know, I always fiddle around with it. Okay, it is actually quite fiddly. So, yes. I can have a gold bat for Halloween. A gold and black bat. I actually love how they do that, because I've actually seen diaries in Kmart, even in stationery stores, with sequins like this, and you get like fiddle with them, and they change color, which is pretty cool. So that's another Halloween favorite of mine. That I actually got from Toy World. I think that actually costs about $20 in Toy World, I think it was. Or was it $18? I think it was $18. All I know is that the TY brands are actually quite expensive. Anywhere from $18 to $50. The larger ones would be a lot dearer, I would assume. And they're actually quite valuable as well, if kept in good condition, like the tags. I had a few of them, and you'd stick the little plastic tags on them to keep the actual tag protected, so it's well preserved. But yeah, apart from that, not too bad for what they are, even though they're actually quite pricey. And I used to love them when I was a kid, so I still love them now. I wish I had a big one. Can't always get what we want, hey. So that was pretty much the video I wanted to do today. Oh, and before I leave you guys, I am going to be talking about the moon. I've made my decision. It's the moon. It's final. My foot's down. I said it. Alright, I'll be talking about it next week sometime. Probably on Saturday or Sunday. Probably... Actually, I think I might make it for a Friday. Yeah, I'll talk about the moon on Friday. Because the lunar eclipse is happening next week on the 7th and the 8th. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see the lunar eclipse. If I can, I'd be able to take pictures or a video, like a short video. I'm not sure how my camera will work at night. If it doesn't work, then I won't do it, obviously. And then I'll just have to talk about it without the video or pictures. So yes, that's coming up. Hopefully we get to see it here in Tasmania. Fingers crossed. Because I absolutely love sky watching, especially when it comes to like stars and planets and eclipses, meteor showers, looking out for UFOs, you name it, the lot. I absolutely enjoy it. Okay, that's pretty much my hobby. Space is my hobby. It's a fun thing that I get to do, basically. Especially constellations and star signs. Well, technically speaking, star signs actually are constellations. Astrology, if you want to call it that. But, yeah. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. So you stay tuned for Friday when I talk about the moon. And its eclipses. Yeah. Alright, so if you like my videos, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. Alright, your notification bell is optional. You can click the notification bell if you want video updates. That is entirely up to you, your choice. Alright, comments and questions down below. I'll answer you. Questions, I'll answer your questions is what I'm saying. Rather it's in the comments or I'll answer your questions in a video. Other than that, stay safe, stay tuned for my next upcoming video, and I'll see you then. Bye.